The fight between Iron Mike Tyson and the problem child Jake Paul, something that no one believed could ever happen, is finally set and scheduled to take place on July 20th. Once again, Tyson has come into phenomenal shape to fight the boxing star of this generation.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's also his mind. You know, like Mike Tyson's mind has switched over into war.
I know the art of fight. I know the art of war. That's all I ever studied. That's why I'm so feared. That's why they feared me when I was in the ring. Because that's all I was an annihilator. That's all I was born for.
Fans around the world are excited to see if the legendary, but now 60-year-old Mike will be able to compete with this YouTuber.
Just step a bit.
Or was Jake Paul lured to fight the real beast? Golden 90s Tyson makes everyone pee their pants just by hearing the name of the baddest man on the planet. Like a .41 caliber, he went through some of the most talented heavyweights of that era. Only the sun could match Mike's shine back in those days. But every legend of the sport has its brilliant rise and sad finale.
Throws that big left hand. When he misses, he is off balance.
For Tyson, the end was marked in the mid-20s. After 2 consecutive losses, Mike announced the end of his career and confessed that the last fights were just there to pay off his loans.
Mike, were you really sick this week? What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You broke?
Back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Mike, first let's start with you. Did you want to continue?
Well, I would like to continue, but I saw that I was getting beat on. I realized I don't think I have it anymore because I got the ability to stay in shape, but I don't got the fighting guts, I don't think, anymore.
When did you recognize that? At what part of the fight?
I don't know, early into the fight. I'm just sorry I let everybody down.
Did you feel as though you had it coming into the fight?
No, I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically.
Mike Tyson.
The baddest man on the planet was forced to hang up his gloves and learn to earn money without punching people on the face. This 8-year-old boy would later follow the footsteps of his brother Logan Paul and become the famous internet star. Jake Paul has always been considered only a shadow of Logan. Therefore, the young boy, jealous of his brother's success, in an attempt to prove his worth, entered the professional ring. But instead of going brick by brick, Paul took the easiest route and became famous for consistently beating old legends when they were way past their prime. Thus, his list of beaten retirees includes former UFC champion Tyron Woodley, who was on a streak of 5 consecutive defeats.
Done it from time to time. Just step a bit.
An even more uneven fight happened when he faced Bellator fighter Ben Askren, who was making his way into MMA only because of his elite wrestling skills. And the toughest of the old guard of his opponents was the legendary Anderson Silva, who left the UFC after 1 win in his last 9 fights.
Much more aggressive Silva. This is what you Silva knocked down.
Paul hooks the old guys with his money, and in the lead up to the fight he trashes them, similar to how a pimp giving money dares his dirty brain to do anything he wants.
Tyron Woodley, he really is the chosen one. We chose him to get his ass beat.
What did you say to Tyron up there?
I said it's go mode. A different Jake Paul you're gonna see this time. We're bucking in the middle of the ring. No funny shit. No funny shit like last time. I'm him up.
It all has to do with my previous opponents all being kids. If my opponent is a kid, I'm gonna treat him like a kid and beat his fucking ass.
This little guy that you guys love over here, he's gonna be dead on Saturday night. I'm gonna finish his career. Yeah, boo yourselves, peasants. Oh.
But Tyson is not going to stand in line with smeared legends and has long ago started to get in shape. In 2020, while the entire planet was watching Netflix and sitting at home because of the pandemic, Tyson wiped the dust off his gloves and came out against Roy Jones Jr. Fans assumed the aging boxing stars would only be crunching their joints in the ring, but as soon as the gong sounded, Mike acted like he was in his 20s again, showing phenomenal shape. He went into berserk mode, leaving Jones with no other choice but to continually retreat. Because of the status of this fight, despite Tyson's dominance, the judges decided to call it a draw in order not to offend the veterans.
World champions is a draw. A lot of people were afraid, Roy, you might get hurt tonight. Were you really afraid in the back of your head that something could happen that might have put you in peril?
I was afraid I might get hurt. I didn't fight in 20 years. He only stopped fighting for 3 years. I'm afraid I might get. Why nobody care about my ass?
Well, that's typical, right?
I've been fighting 15 years. He stopped fighting 3 years ago, and everybody worrying about his ass.
Nobody thinks that a giant is going to...
At 55, the power is the last thing to go, but the thing is, the speed is still there.
Yeah. Confident in his skills, Paul Jr. came out against Tyson Fury's younger brother, Tommy Fury.
For the Tommy Fury fight, Jake Joseph Paul will knock out, defeat, and embarrass Tommy Fury February 26th, 3 days from now, live in Saudi.
Keep talking. You should have stuck to making easy money, fighting old men, celebrities. I'm coming to take your head.
Asked the cocky fighter so bad that he immediately decided to return to the challenges of retired fighters. Paul set his eyes on the briefly returned from retirement Mike and decided not to miss his chance to snatch a sweet piece from the most recognizable boxer on the planet.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, Rob.
How are you, man?
Mars loved it, huh?
Good to meet you.
Where you from, Lou?
I'm Jake.
Ever since that day, ever since that day, Mike, I've wanted to knock you the f*** out.
You heard it right, motherfucker. Fighting Mike Tyson.
Obviously, a boxing match of this level is a lot of money, but we can be sure that it is not the need for money that pushes Tyson to get back on the treadmill. Because now Mike has his own podcast and a huge ranch that brings him millions. But most importantly, Tyson himself wants to beat this spoiled boy.
All right, put a picture of me
His
and
brother's great too. Logan's a really nice guy.
Please?
But my point is, that fight would be gigantic.
Oh,
Because first of all, everybody would want to see what.
Let's do it, Jakey.
This time, unlike when Mike fought in hopes of getting it over with,
At a time, you see, that's the one that did it. See, as he came in, that's what they've been.
he enters the ring not as Uncle Mikey, but as the ferocious Mike Tyson.
All that stuff he has said don't mean shit. Yeah.
It's like at some point you just look like an idiot.
Shit is big. We get boxing gloves, all that shit. Hanging out.
Will the old lion be able to defend his pride, or will the young and brash fighter take over his harem? Friends, if you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe. Thank you.